the Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Centre, where BMX 2011 is about to kick off. This is Morning Barbados.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Welcome to Morning Barbados. I'm Katrina Marshall, giving you a special thank you for making us your morning choice. The way to wake up is always with us. And it may seem as if I'm speaking a little bit strangely when I say us. I'm alone in the studio. However, Colin Cunningham and Pearson Bowen are live at the Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Centre, where BMX 2011 is about to start, and that's how we're going to do it this morning. Gentlemen, good morning. It's a bit cold in the studio without you.
Good morning.
Morning. By the way, Katrina, welcome to the kitchen that Pearson built. This is an exact replica of what I have at home, right, Colin?
It is indeed, and you can see how Pearson rolls. These are stainless steel material.
I'm impressed.
Palatial.
Wow.
It is palatial indeed. But we are in Woodhouse, as a matter of fact. And for those of you who are going to be browsing the exhibition all weekend long, we will browse with you today to really give you literally a bird's eye view into everything that's happening for BMX 2011. The best in fashion, food, creativity, Bajan innovation as well. So it's going to be a 4 days practically of great Bajan stuff.
And of course, BMX has been growing and growing, and possibly they might have to build another Shibon conference, well, Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Centre to host them. But Woodhouse is not just about wood, as you can see. Hard countertops and, you know, and Pearson invited me to his kitchen for breakfast this morning. Sorry, Katrina, but, you know, sorry.
You know, and I was trying to figure out just exactly what it is that Colin likes, and he brought this. So he wants his cereal early in the morning.
My favorite.
There you go, Colin. Enjoy that.
And also we have a beverage too. It's not the kind that Katrina always goes on and on about. Are you one of those drinkers?
No, I go for the other beverage.
Oh, you go for the other
beverage. The
beverage.
other beverage.
You mean the one that we put away just now?
You work that out. You work that out. But the exhibition will start today in earnest for primary school and other exhibitors and persons who are interested in buying, really, to look around and see what's available. And then from tomorrow or later on in the evening, we will be looking at what is available for all of us as we come through here at the Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Centre. But much to get to.
Yes, definitely. And from the time you come in on the compound, you're going to see things that are available, from plants outside, walk inside into Woodhouse, Pearson's kitchen. A whole lot in store for you. But we also have the top lines for you this morning. We go back to Katrina.
Thanks, Colin. Thanks, gentlemen. Pearson, my only question is, does the kitchen have a percolator for my coffee? You can answer that
does.
after the break.
It does.
We
Everything
go
you're
to
looking
our
for.
Morning Barbados top lines. These are the stories that we will be following in more detail in our main news package at 7 o'clock at the top of the hour. We hope you join us then. Prime Minister Fernell Stewart is on his way to China on a state visit. He told Barbadians last Tuesday night his visit to China is designed to deepen and strengthen relations between the two countries. He described relations between the two countries, which established diplomatic ties in 1977, as highly rewarding and mutually beneficial. The Prime Minister also stated in his televised address there will be some minor adjustments to his cabinet. RedJet says it plans to use the overwhelming support it's recently received from Barbados government officials to keep plugging for new routes within the Caribbean. In an exclusive interview with CBC News, Chief Executive Officer Ian Burns notes it's only a matter of time before the Barbados-based carrier is given clearance to fly to Jamaica, and he's also hopeful that Trinidad and Tobago will eventually give permission for flights to and from that country. Police in Barbados had to be called in yesterday after an alleged fighting incident aboard a Virgin Atlantic flight into this country from the United Kingdom. Police Public Relations Officer Inspector David Welch told reporters that lawmen received a report about the disturbance from the pilot of the aircraft just after noon. Police Inspector David Welch said the captain spoke about a fight on board the aircraft involving nearly a dozen people. Reports are that the aircraft landed safely around 20 minutes past 2, and several people were questioned by lawmen in connection with the incident. Young entrepreneurs have taken advantage of this year's BMX. Word of this from Executive Director of the Barbados Manufacturers Association, Bobby McKay. She was speaking as exhibitors prepared for today's start of the 3-day expo at the Lloyd Erskine Sandiford Centre. A 16-member delegation is expected from the UK, along with 2 exhibitors from St. Vincent and 1 from Grenada. Ms. McKay says BMX creates opportunities for young entrepreneurs to establish and garner new links, locally, regionally, and internationally. A meeting between regional carrier Liat and unions representing workers at the airline, scheduled for today, continues to hang in the balance. The unions called off a meeting with Liat's management on Wednesday after claiming that letters of redundancies sent to workers at the airline city ticketing offices had not yet been withdrawn. Those are just some of the stories that we'll be following in our main news package at 7 o'clock. Do join us then. For right now, however, the two gentlemen at the Lloyd's Conservative Centre have what's happening around the world in some of our international headlines.
Thank you, Katrina. We start with the International Herald Tribune, of course, thanks to newspapers direct. By now you know how to contact them, don't you? Well, on the front page is an interesting story coming out of Russia. It says that Russia builds an ATM, listen to this, Colin, with an air for truth. Yeah, I'm telling you, serious. Russia's biggest retail bank is testing, they say, a machine that the old KGB would have loved. An ATM with a built-in lie detector intended to prevent consumer credit fraud. I just love this story.
How much money do you have?
Right, I can't lie about that for sure. But it's interesting, that's in there. So you can read that story on the front page. It also tells on the front page, suffering from a record-shattering drought, European nations started preparing emergency plans this week to conserve water and provide millions of euros in aid to farmers, including the deployment of soldiers to deliver hay for cattle grazing on sun-blazed fields. So that's another interesting story in today's International Herald Tribune. Plus, Prince of Politically Incorrect. He turned 90 years old yesterday. We are talking about Prince Philip, Queen Elizabeth's boy, her husband, and he has finally agreed to do a documentary of his life. So that's in today's International Herald Tribune.
Well, both the prince and the queen seem to be like they will be living forever.
Yeah.
Poor Prince Charles. But on the Nation newspaper, it says on the top of the front page, Suku has big social security plans. And that's the minister, of course. And out of wood, sort of an inspiring story. Remember the fire at Temple Yard and how it destroyed the work of some of the artists? Well, for just over a month, Alex Hardman has been chipping away at what he calls his journeyman, a 5-foot statue made from solid Barbados mahogany at Temple Yard. And this is part of his process of re-establishing himself. Jail wait, 3 drug accused at Dodds pending extradition. And on the back page, Warner won't budge. Wearing what those Hawaiian, what you call it,
Yes.
Warner says he has never backed down from a football fight, and apparently he will not be doing that now. And Roach is back in action for some of the stories in the Nation newspaper.
You know, we were talking about that bizarre fight that happened yesterday aboard the Virgin Atlantic.
Can you imagine that?
I'm in row 28C. You know, big fight breaks out on the airplane. 12 people, 12 big people.
First thing I would want to be sure that it's not terrorism. That's the first thing. But after that, I think I'll be getting closer to
I'm sure
take a look.
Cameras were working yesterday. In today's Advocate, however, Export Success in the UK, a program launched by the BIDC, is reaping success, they say. Also on the front page, they're looking at quality education, beginning with quality teachers, and some graduates of the Erdison Teachers Training College. They're on the front page proudly displaying their certificates. On the back page of the Advocate, however, how many more? That's a big question. The Barbados Road Safety Association is asking that question. They say that too many alcohol-related crashes are happening on our streets, thus the call for breathalyzer is needed. And that's in today's Barbados Advocate. Much to come.
Indeed. And Katrina also has a lot to share with us too. So what are you sharing with us now, Katrina?
It would appear that I'm going to be starting the morning off with two gentlemen who are going to be talking about VT's natural herb solutions. That's just in the first half. We also have lined up a pair of very experienced and very creative gentlemen in the person of John Hunt and Adzo Stewart, who will be talking to us about the fashion show. Now, gentlemen, you know Cassandra and I would love to be up front and center for the fashion show, which is always a big crowd puller at BMX. People arrive hours in advance to get a seat. And that's one of the things we'll be talking about. Furniture, as you would know from the kitchen that Pearson built, is also going to be on our agenda. We'll be discussing what's happening with JL Furniture. And of course, the very hard-working president of the BMA, Bobby McKay, should be coming in to have a chat with us. If not, she'll be talking with you. And we will, of course, be following what's going on with BMX as the weekend progresses. However, at this point, gentlemen, we need to take a very short break. We are here in the Pine Colin, Cunningham and Pearson Bowen are at the Lloyd's Conservative Centre, where Morning Barbados is broadcasting live at the opening of BMX of 2011. We'll be right back.
Morning Barbados, good morning.